YouTube's changed. I think I'm live. I am not sure. Well, it looks like I might be. Okay, so you're going to have to excuse me. I have not done this in a long time. So it's like anything can happen. And I guess, yeah, I'm live. Right, I'm going to stop looking over there, which is where the stream is playing. And yeah, hope that you can see me. So good evening, people. Right, so we need a bit of an explanation on this one. Basically, this BMW S1000 RR sit-on system that I'm building for Thomas over in Germany, who actually rides an S1000 RR. We're going to make a version where the top end, so the whole of the top frame, swap it out, and it's going to have the Simagic or Simagic, however it's pronounced, M10 Direct Drive motor. So Thomas very kindly sent me one, and I'm now going to unbox it. But before I do, I was very surprised when it turned up, because normally the motors, like, and this is why I'm here, up there, and this is why I'm down here as well. So you can see what I'm doing. So normally the motor is about this big by this big, like that. So it's not that big. It's, you know, direct drive motor for car simulations that you'd normally put a steering wheel on. We're going to mount some handlebars to it, invert it, and, well, not invert it, but basically turn it not quite 90 degrees, a bit less. It's actually going to be 66 degrees will be the end amount, something like that. Anyhow, we're going to take my sit-on system handlebars, which is specific for the sit-on, so not my desktop, sit-on system, and basically, if you look behind me, we're going to, I'm going to not cut the frame off, so I'm going to build a whole new top frame. I'm going to have to redesign it, because I'm going to have to build a cradle that will come down, across and up, because otherwise we're not going to be able to mount the fairing. But either way, it's going to be for stability. But there's going to be a cradle, and the motor is going to be facing down here, so the motor will be down here. So you actually won't see it, the inside fairing. Then they're going to mount my handlebars on top of it. Now, Thomas has done some tests, and we're hoping it works. I've never worked with direct drive, force feedback, anything like that. It's far too expensive, far too complicated, and I build basically my systems for the majority of users, gaming, different types of industry. But this one is specific for someone that actually does do track days, does race, and is serious. So, yeah, it's going to be a challenge, to say the least. Now, the biggest issue is going to be putting all that weight on the front, because the system is designed to be adaptable for motion. It's going to put all that weight right at the front, so making it into motion is going to be pretty difficult, but we'll figure a way. So I think this is going to surprise. I couldn't believe the size of the box when it turned up, when the motor's supposed to be this big, and yeah, I wasn't expecting the weight on it. I've actually got some scales next to me. I'm going to weigh the damn thing and see how much it is. Now, when you give the fact that the whole of my frame, including the whole of the foot area, the whole upper, are all at 30 kilograms, I'm interested in what this one motor's going to be. It could be scary. I'm not sure, but we'll find out anyhow. So, believe me, I've got to go and get the box, which is hidden behind BMW. Right, so, and this is, I wanted to do this live for Thomas, but he can't get here until like 10 o'clock tonight. So it's going to be too late for a lot of people. I want to do it live. Plus, I don't know, I'm going to be kind of knackered. I've been working all day, so. Right, let me get the box. Yeah, I'm out this in here. What is in this box? It's got to fit in here, like that. I'll fit the tank in the bloody thing. Right, so. Damn. It's a big old thing, isn't it? I'm going to have to adjust my camera. Right, so. Simagic, it's got a 5, it's got like a 5 there, but this is the M10. So, right, I'm going to need a knife on this. The unboxing. Right, where are we? I'm trying to make it so my bum doesn't get in the way of right. Now, I'm intrigued as to, before I actually do open it, why is the box so big? So, we've got a quick release system for it, because when the thing first starts up, it's going to do self-calibration, which is going to spin it. Now, if it's got a set of handlebars mounted to it, it's going to whack the tank and the fairing. So obviously we need quick disconnect so bars come off, which is going to be fun for me because it's got to be connected, but I'll figure it. Anyhow, so why is the box so bloody big? This will be interesting to see. Alright. Now, I can't see my live chat for some reason. It's saying there's people there. I'm going to pop my chat out quick, just in case. Pop out chat. Right, there we go. So just in case, that makes it a little bit bigger so I can, if someone does want to ask a question. Now, I'm not going to type questions. You're going to have to listen to my wall. And I hope, so if my volume is bad, please let me know. Right. Let's get to it. Let's see what's in the box. And believe me, I am going to weigh it, so you'll see I am not playing around. Right. So, another box. Oh, okay. So, it is actually, I think, another box. Yeah, right. So you can see, it's only half a box full. I don't know why they've done that, because it's going to cost them twice as much size-wise to pack to ship it. But that's definitely an M10 base. Simagic. Now we've got to try and get it out. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to lift it. Yeah. Come to daddy. Come on. Right, partway there. There we go. Oh, yeah. Right. So, in its original packaging, I'm going to get rid of this big one. More cardboard. I've got a whole, my main bedroom is literally full of cardboard boxes. And they're big. God. Right. It is bloody heavy. Now, I'm not going to weigh it in the box. Because obviously there's packaging inside. I'm hoping protective packaging. Yes, I do smoke every time. Sorry, dude, I'm a smoker. I tell you what, I've been in isolation 6 months. I've seen 2 people in 6 months. I've seen my delivery people when they deliver my food, but that's it. So in 6 months, I've had 2 guests, Ben Spencer and another customer who actually is going to be riding next year at the TT, who I'll be building a system for. But that's it. In 6 months, I've seen 2 people. So right now, smoking is keeping me sane. Otherwise, I'll crawl up the walls. Right, so, hello. When Thomas watches this, he'll be saying, Alan, open the bloody box. Oh, I've had this for 2 days. Do you know how hard it is to not open something like this for 2 whole days? Right. Definitely not doing a bit of cigarette in the mouth. Right, so, how do we open it? Right, we've got a slippy thing here. Right, that comes down. Don't tell me I've got to slide it out. Oh, wait. Right, so, I see it flips. Ooh, right. I like it, it's black foam, not white, horrible foam. This is black, really. Ooh, I like that foam. That's nice. Ooh, okay, so I think what I'm going to do, as it was, I'm going to slide this, if I can, out of the box. You want to keep everything nice, make it so you guys can see. Right. I am then going to remove this box so I can save it. Right, now I'm going to have to make sure I've got this the right way up. Yes. Labelling's not. So, this is basically, I've now removed the top, so it's really well protected. Nice, yeah. Can't compact that very easily. So, let's start taking the parts out. Oh, yeah. It is a bloody weighty thing. Having that on the front end of this on a motion platform, I'm going to have to really talk to the people over at DOF Reality about their new motors, which have got a lot stronger, but I'm going to have to definitely re-gear them So, small point, we get a little booklet. So, little Simagic booklet. This is why I've got the camera down there, so you can really see what I'm unpacking. But I didn't want to do the whole thing where you couldn't see my head and I just totally cut my head off. I like to actually look at people in the face, even though it's a camera. So, in our bag, right, put my bins on. It's a repair card. So, you can see, it says repair card. Okay, it's in Chinese, Japanese, warranty card. So, we got date of manufacture, everything there on that. So, hope you can see it. You can obviously pause and see what you get. Right. So, I want to destroy that with my grubby little fingers. This is where I start looking all sophisticated with my bins on. And for those that are not English, bins means glasses. Well, I don't know where the name bins actually came from, so don't ask me. Okay, let's put that somewhere safe. I really want to take the motor out, but let's go through the small itty bitty stuff first. Right, and thank you to the people that are joining. Good evening, pleasure. Right, okay, so the first thing we get, right, English. Right, so it's got a 2-prong with, don't have an English plug and plug in there. What have I got that I can unplug? No, I don't have anything right next to me that I can unplug, but you can see you get an adapter. So you get an adapter. I'm not going to put it back in the box because I think I'm going to have to, looks like, does it separate? No, it doesn't. So put it back in the box and so right, the next area. Okay, we've got some hardware. So this I would think is for mounting. So you've got an Allen key, which looks like a 4mm Allen. Then you've got lots of bits and pieces, Allen bolts, everything like that, all in there. That looks like the hardware that will slide into the body for mounting. That's what I'm thinking now. Leave that there. Have a look, see? Right, now, we've got a little slit. So, it's going to be 3mm. Hs3, yeah, well, I'm an engineer, so we've got 2 plates at 90 degrees, which are basically 2.7mm thick, black powder coated. So, see those there. Obviously, one mounts to the motor base itself, and then you've got that. And they've got certain patterns for some reason. I think this probably mounts to that side. This one here probably goes to the base, and this one with all the slots allows you to mount it on practically anywhere. But you get 2 of those. So obviously they're mirrored images. Those will come out. Put those in there so they don't get scratched. Right, then we're getting on to big stuff. Right. So the first one is double USB cables. Now you're all saying, take that bloody motor out, Alan. Yes, well, I will get there. So we basically got 2 very nice cord USBs with a B and an A, pink. Interesting. It should have been red because I do everything in red and black. Close though, close. I'm not worried. I'm quite happy with my feminine side, besides going to Thomas, not for me. Right. Someone can always donate one to me. Right, so get two of those. Be interesting to know why. Because I haven't seen an instruction manual, so I guess PDF that I downloaded is going to have everything to do with that. We'll have a look at it when we pull the next one out, I think. So, well, actually, I'm going to put it all out there. I'll move it over and you can then actually have a shot with everything laid out. Almost there. Almost. So now we got one static, which actually looks just like a power brick. But this is a bloody big brick. The size of that. That is the power brick. That's got quite a way to it. It's like so. It looks like it's zip locked. Forget to put this. Yeah, it is a bloody big brick. Right. So, okie dokie. So we've got the cable, this one here. Obviously, look, it's got a double pin. I'm not going to try and pull it apart, but anyhow, we've got one end which is permanently connected to the brick. So it's an end like that must just plug directly into the main motor base. We've got that there. We'll put it on it's a wooden table, so it's no problem with static. And then we've got, yeah. Now this is interesting because the adapter, if you know, I'm in England. That is not an English plug adapter. This adapter here is for this, which is also not English. Are you shitting me? Right, okay. Right, no, it does fit. But now I've got this. But luckily, I used to live in the USA, and this is basically like a USA plug. So I'm going to have to put another adapter onto this. Thank God I've got adapters, right? I mean, really? So Thomas, let me know when you see this, because that is not German as far as I remember. I lived in Germany as well, and I cannot remember that being German. Where the hell is that for? Yeah, because it says live, neutral, and earth. But there, where it says neutral is a really weird. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave it on there because it's going to have to be with it. It's bloody easy to fit though. Right, and there's actually, you can see here, so that goes into the power adapter, standard computer kind. Then you actually have an on-off switch here as well. So I guess in a lot of systems where, like if you've got a motion system, you've got an emergency stop where you can just whack it. I suppose if you can't pull out the cable quick enough, you can just hit the off button. But also as a safety, I don't know, but I suppose you really want to remember to always leave it in a zero until you really want it on. Okay, so that's that. Those on top of the anti-static. Okay, yeah, I'm lighting a bloody cigarette for this. And this part we are waiting, because I am not kidding you, it is, I consider the weight of my stuff, it's like, it's got to be close to the whole weight of the frame for that, and that's a lot. Okay, so here we go. I think I'm going to basically turn it like this, find it, wobble it out. Come on, baby, come to daddy. Good girlie. Oh, it seems to have a quick connector, so I was wondering about that. Damn it. This is not a lie. I'm going to weigh it straight away. Right, so I'll make sure I don't flip the table so it's slid out. Right, we're at 0. So this is without handlebars, it's just the motor on its own. Okay. Why is it saying that? We just reset. Tar. I don't know why it says tear, but obviously it needs to calibrate. So I've got to make sure it's not. Nothing rubbing against it. Right, so but seriously, well, let's hope it stays at 0. You can see it's at 0. But we're going to put this on gingerly. Well, I thought it was like 5. That's 6 kilograms. It's 6 kilograms. I mean, sticking out at the front, right? So sticking that right at the front there is a lot of weight to have hanging. But luckily the system moves backwards and forwards to CPU and everything, so I will have to think about it. It's not going to be easy though. But okay, so you want to have a look at this. Wow. Well, so this is I've got it the wrong way around, haven't I? Simagic. Okay, it's got your ribs, which I think are where you've got your mounting points. There's nothing on the top, nothing underneath, so no mounting holes underneath. So obviously the mounts are down the side, so it's a slider. Okay. So I think actually all those holes in those brackets, I think the brackets will in fact grab them. Must wait. That's weird. Very weird. So you've got 2 large ones, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thin ones. But when you look at these brackets, like that, spread over it, but then you've got like that, and you've got this like that, but there's no way that it goes between the two large ones. So you're going to be running off one large one and some of the small ones, but not both of the large ones by the looks of it. I'll have to look into it, but for now, you want to see the front end. So there's the front end, and I have no idea how that quick disconnects. I'm going to have a fumble in a second. Yeah, that is big. So you can see there. I suppose that signal, that marking, is to resemble where a centre point is of some kind, and it's got notches around it. Now my problem is, how the hell am I going to mount handlebars to that? I am now very confused and worried. Now in the back we have a cable, see a fan housing there for cooling. Surprised it's so small. We got two USB ports here, a very small hole, says reset. We've got two USBs, the reset hole, then a B USB there. So that's USB force feedback for this one, and this is CAN bus. Okay, CAN bus. Right, I've never done anything like this, so I don't know what a CAN bus is for a bloody drive system. But that is so far how it is. Now, not plugged in, it's a notchy feel. Don't know if that's normal, but now I'm just interested in how this is a quick connect. Or did I not get the quick connect? Because if you look at this, it's got little ball notches. I don't know if you can see them. There's like ball notches in this shiny black bit. But you can't quick disconnect this. So the quick disconnect is not in the package. But it sticks out this much. And this length here makes it even harder for me, because it means I thought that the disconnect was going to be like here, but I've literally got, what tool is that? I don't have a tape measure here, so I'm going to have to do it this way. It is, bloody hell, that's a 108mm shaft length, and then there's going to be the quick connect goes on top of that, so that's going to sit up here. So bloody hell, I'm going to mount that there. Yeah, because what's going to happen is, where we've got the motor, right, so I want to get it so I'm not got the cable on the leg, but basically I've got to take my fork bridges. So the fork bridge is going to have to go on top. I'm trying to do it where I'm against the camera, is working backwards and forwards. So there's going to be a quick connect that sits on there, then this has got to sit on top of the quick connect. So I don't know if you can see. So this is going to sit on top of that quick connect. It is really hard trying to do this against the camera, and I'm really in the wrong position, aren't I? So, but if you can get the meaning. So yeah, that is a lot of length. Wow. But that is the Simagic M10. I've been seeing some really good things about it. Very interested to see what it's like, but I don't have that quick connect. which apparently is a 70 mil. So basically I've got to, let me show you, so basically one of the bottom plates, basically that will be the center pivot point. Well, I'm going to have to redesign this for whatever is on this. Basically it's going to be center point like that. You can see I'm going to have to redesign this to now come down and go around so that we've got our right amount of movement, because you obviously don't have this hole on a set of forks. It's not dead in the middle between the two forks. It's always an offset. So this plate is going to be redesigned. Well, all the plates are going to be redesigned. So I've got to redesign the whole of the fork system to fit on top of that. But I don't have Quick Connect, and they show no shipping details of it. So yeah, that's a bit worrying. Right. Well, so that makes you, like I said, with the plug, it's definitely, I don't know if it will fit in a German plug. I can't remember what a German plug's like. I've got a feeling it will. I think it's a European plug. And Thomas is in Germany, so obviously he'd have ordered it from Germany, but he had it sent here. It came from the Netherlands, is where I got it shipped from. But I'm in England, so luckily I've got an adapter. But just make sure if you order one of these systems that you state where you live, make sure you get the right adapter. Yeah, and why I did not get a quick release, like I said, that's got those balls, so it looks like a quick release. When you pull a quick release, it's got balls, so it lets the balls go over, then the balls go out and grip into those points. So that's obviously what that is. But anyhow, I'd hoped to have that, which would have made it a bit easier, and I'd have gone into a bit more of an explanation. So it would have made it easier, whereas lumping that motor about, I can't really show anything, it's just really awkward. So, but this is basically first unboxing of a direct drive motor that's going to be going on a sit-on motorcycle simulator. So we'll have, and it's only basically for GP bikes, because GP bikes is the only one that's got the systems for VR. I mean, I use mine for VR and my triple screens, whatever. But this particular one for Thomas is VR only, GP bikes only. It's for very, very serious simulation riding, not for your typical game. And this steering system obviously needs a feedback, which GP bikes does have. So you couldn't use it like Ride 4 or MotoGP 20 or anything like that. I don't think it'd function. So yeah, it's it's going to be a journey to first off build a cradle to test it, because obviously I need to test it, and then I have to redesign the whole top end of the frame for this. So it's going to be interesting, and I'll be making videos that go along with it. And that, oh, hi Mike, sorry, I just saw you came in, mate. Yes, it's new toy. Gotta have it the right way up, don't I? Simagic M10 Direct Drive steering system. Right, sorry, I've got to read this guy. So, Adesol, are you doing as I did with the GST, DC motor, the SimQ? console, mine's going to be different because I've got different design. I don't know if you can see on the, so my CBR over here, you see basically it's to be mounted directly underneath, so the bars will be exactly in the same place, but the motor, so I'll redesign the frame so the motor will sit underneath those handlebars. So that's basically how that's going to be. So obviously it's, like I said, it's a lot of planning's got to go on. I did kind of guess that Speedy. I say Speedy. Yeah, I guess that's Speed FR and that, but I'm glad your system worked out for you. It's not for me, it's actually for a customer with this BMW, and it's going to be direct drive. I am tempted to design the whole of where the motor goes, that it will swing just a few degrees, because you'll be counter steering, because it's going to be direct steer it's going to use. So I want to do it that you've got both axes. But that means making it where the frame cuts off. It's going to cut off, you can see it behind me, it's going to cut off here. The motor is going to be, I can't do this. So the motor is going to be here. The motor is going to be going down there. And that, so it's going to be behind where the fairing is. The motor will be down there at the correct angle. I'll probably make it that there is an adjustment for angle. But I'm tempted to make it so it does, the whole motor can actually pivot. Oh, I tell you what, seriously, Speedy, the new version is a lot different, Mike, are you still there? Sim UK, are you alive? I don't know if he just popped in, but anyhow, I'm going to also ask you guys, I mean, what you think on how I'm going to be doing the system. Basically, Thomas has asked me to do it a specific way because he's done some tests and he's happy, but he wants it done a specific way, and that's the way I've got to do it. But if I can do it where it's slightly better, then maybe I will. It's just a case of, at the end of the day, I was hoping to do this unboxing with Thomas tonight, but he's not going to be home until about 11 o'clock in Germany, so 10 o'clock our time. And I do need to eat. I've been working all day, and I thought, no, I need to get this out and possibly get to people before they go to bed, or before they've got better things to do, I don't know. But it's a case of, at the end of the day, I think this is going to be a first. I think there's a lot of systems out there that use different systems, but they don't use a direct drive motor. And I think that's where it's definitely going to come to a big difference in how it feels. Now, Thomas is very serious about his track days and about how he uses GP bikes, and that's all he uses. None of the games, pure and simple GP bikes all the way. I didn't even have a time. I didn't know how I was going to. I've got IA Systems 2K and my Hs3 Pro HE and my emblem, and I've got a camera here and a camera down there, and that's it. I haven't live streamed for a long time, and I wasn't sure if I could even get streaming, because I'm now in 4K. So I wanted to test that. So yeah, because I found out that I didn't realise if you record in 1080p and you're not one of the big wig known YouTubers, when you upload to YouTube, they use a particular codecs, and that codecs really sucks. So it destroys your high quality 1080p, but if you record in 2K and over, they have to use a high quality codecs, and therefore you don't lose the quality that you spent so much hours thinking, yeah, it'll be right, it's going to be good, and your screen looks great, and it looks good like it's going to stream, and then it looks like crap. So I'm trying 4K now. I've switched to full 4K, so it's like I've got 3 4K monitors, and it's like 150 inches of 4K, and my eyes are. But yeah, so I hope that some of you got an idea of what's going on. It's really a bummer I don't have this quick connect thing, and that, but you can see it's got these balls and, well, ball indents. So obviously that is missing, which is a shame. But I didn't realise the shaft was going to be this long. I mean, why is the shaft this long? Can anyone tell me why they make the shaft stick out this far? You know, I mean, if you look at Flushmarsh, Logitech, or anything, I think they're about this deep from the main housing because they've got paddles and that. Then paddles are here. You know, so nothing's going to touch inside. I can't understand why the shaft is coming all the way out here. That makes my job even harder because it's going to sit everything down further, which means the front, where I'd originally wanted to mount directly to here, well, I wanted to mount here, but I can't. I've got to mount from the sides. So this is going to make life hell. It's going to be a nightmare to design this. And it's got to be not just design, it's got to be for assembly. You know, when I ship it somewhere. So this has got to go to Germany. Hi, Sergi. When I ship it, someone's got to put it together. I'm really not the guy. I can't make, I couldn't make a assembly instruction manual. I'm just like, I don't have the time, dude. If you look, this whole room is just parts. I'm so behind because of this whole COVID thing. I've had to now redesign components that I can't get anymore because factories in China are closed. You know, levers, things are just gone. Boom. It's okay. I'm having to read what's on the screen to give me a chance. Yeah, but that I can understand what you're saying about some of a different system, but the quick release is right up here. I don't care. Quick release is right up here. Why does this need all this space? Why couldn't this piece be bolted down here? Why has it got to be? What is the reason for this length here? I don't understand it. It's really confusing me. It really is confusing. Why is this thing so bloody long? It just doesn't compute as to a reason. I mean, it's end of the day, it's very high quality materials, very well packaged, I have to say. Oh, and I mean, it's like, looks so simple to connect. And I was watching a guy that did a setup with the software and everything, and he's got set up so quick, you know, and he said it was phenomenal. So maybe I'll have to make a wheel that I can fit to it just to do a safe test. I don't know. I'm a bit scared about putting a set of bars on this thing and it going wild. You know, if a wheel goes wild, it just goes round in a circle. You sit a set of handlebars on it, that's going to bloody hurt if it whacks you. Stop smoking. do, I tell you what, COVID will get me before this does, but nah. I've been isolating for 6 months, so COVID ain't getting me. And if I stop smoking, that's when I'll probably get ill. You know what? I'm not sure, because it didn't come with a manual. But I did see, yeah, I heard that smoking stops COVID, but you know what? I'm not going to believe a damn thing that anyone says about COVID. It's all so much political bullshit, and the government's lied to you anyhow. And then the media, oh God, who needs the bloody media right now? Oh, shall we get into some really deep shit? No, but it's a case of the guy had it on 10 Newton meters, and I think he could have taken it up more. But I think 10's the standard for most systems from what I've been seeing. And I think on a set of handlebars, it's going to be different, because what you've got to remember, okay, you've got a steering wheel. Steering wheel's only about that wide. You've got 10 Newton meters on that, right? Doing that little fucking thing there. Now, you take a set of handlebars. When you extend it out, you're going to get a bit, I think, a bit more. It's going to be interesting. I didn't get a technical sheet. Oh, M10 is 10 Newton meters. After the technical sheet. Well, I don't have a technical sheet. Hey, I am working, and I really didn't want to like start looking up stuff about it. I thought, right, let me see what comes with it. And I was hoping there would actually be a technical sheet and something from the factory. But it does seem that you've got to go on the website and pull everything up. But I do have the PDF, so I've got to go through the PDF. But for now, the first thing I need to do is I need to get the quick release, which is supposed to be a 70mm quick release. But as it hasn't come, I'm going to speak to Thomas tonight and say, well, look, it hasn't come. Order the 50mm, which will mean that I don't have to, because otherwise, where I've got this hole here, this is a 50mm will sit in here. Oh, it's so hard to do it back to front, man. The 50mm will sit in here. Okay, so that will take a 50mm, whereas the 70 is going to come down here, or come down. Yeah, I hate doing shit on camera, back to front. It really screws me up. Anyhow, the thing is, these would be great with a 50mm, but 70mm I'm going to have to redesign. So either way, it doesn't matter. I've got to redesign the whole thing anyhow, because it's got to be able to mount to that quick release. And then I've got to make sure you can. Biggest problem is the tank's going to be in the way, the handlebars. When you've got the steering wheel, it's easy for you to just reach behind and boom, use quick release. When you've got on a motorbike and you've got handlebars above and there's fairing, you've got to try and get to that quick release. So I'm going to have to work on that. It's just, end of the day, it's all something where it's new territory. The whole thing for me is new territory. So, right. The FR page. What FR page? What is FR page? Oh, French page. I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, I mean, where we've got Ardazole, he's been using, so partwise my system, partwise his, where he's built with a motor and everything. But Ardazole, you're actually using it on the pendulum effect, or did you change it to work on a horizontal? Because my desktop still works on the pendulum, but the sit-on system works on the pendulum, but also the horizontal. It's got a very small amount, so when you lean to the right, you actually put a bit of pressure, so where you're counter steering, you're actually pushing and it actually moves away, so you do actually feel the counter steering when you're in VR. The effect is just, you really feel, because it's working on lean angle, it just feels so good. Okay, so you're still using it as a pendulum? Yeah. Engine's fighting me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is, for me, it's going to be hard because you got to remember I've built all my systems and everyone leans. So I'm used to that effect of leaning, and that for me, being able to sit on and actually physically lean. I even sit here and use the desktop and I'm still leaning. Not have that lean is, I don't know how I'm going to feel, but I'm going to talk with Thomas over this and have to see what we can do. Yeah, well, I think the thing is, what I can do is, if I can make it, I mean, it's going to be one hell of a project to mount that motor. I'll show you against a fairing, right? So, in its actual position, it will have to sit about right there. I don't know if you can see that. So that's where it's actually going to sit, right in the center. So I've now got to build the frame around that. And if I get the frame, and this is basically one of the bare frames. So I'll get the motor. I've got to move it all the way over here to do this. Don't know if you'll see it. I'm going to need to put the motor here, basically. So that's how it's going to mount. Right, put this one together back in the kitchen. Right. Right, what we got? 23. It's basically 24 coming off there. It's about the same, but it'll actually be exactly the same as a BMW. So I'm going to make it so the bars are exactly the same. That whole system is designed around Thomas's, specifically his personal bike. So the foot controls, where the bars are, the seat, everything is in exactly the same position as his real bike. So whatever angle he's got on his, that's what that motor goes at. I'm like really excited and really scared shitless. Cheers. I mean, we're really lucky we've got GP bikes, because I don't know how this is going to communicate with it. I guess I can actually, as it is, put it on a table and basically clamp it down without anything on it and just plug it into GB Bikes just to set it up as Thomas has said he's set a system up that he's been testing, and then try it. Oh yes, McPhee, brilliant ride, brilliant. I was like, I kept cussing him off because he kept getting forward and then dropping back, getting forward, dropping back. I'm like, fuck, and he dumped it, he fucked up quality. So I'm like, John, what are you doing? Because I met him in 2017 when Dorna paid for me to go to the MotoGP at Silverstone. I actually met, one of the ones I met was John McPhee with his girlfriend. And what a nice guy. I mean, if you see this, John, tops and congratulations, mate. But what a nice guy. And he really did. He deserved that win. About time as well. About time. And so yes, good to say. But all the races were, I was kind of mere at the end. Got to give it to him. But I felt sorry for Valley. He won away from 200 podiums. And and right at the end of the last lap. and Valley was there the whole race. And it's a long time since Valley has been, that was second or third the whole race, you know. So, who's to say? But the whole year has been up and down with the racing, you know, and there's been some bad things. Or Sam Lowe's, you know, blew a motor, and so he had to start from the pit. And he started from the pit, and he finished 8th. Wow. You know what? Valley wasn't, when you looked at him, and he went so small, so small. He didn't have anger in him. He didn't have any. Valley is far over that. Valley is really, he's just so mature in it. I mean, I've just got so much respect for the man. I'm actually building for a guy in America. I've got a full Yamaha, so 2019 Yamaha YZF R1 M1 full race body kit with full 2019 Rossi replica full sticker kit, all original except for his number and his seat where he's got his little people. Those are the two you cannot get, but I've got every other thing else. So I've got a full R1 M1 body kit and full racing sticker kit, and it's the full race version body and that, so I'm building one of those as well. So I've got these two BMWs, one without fairing, one with, the one without fairing is going to the university. This one's for Thomas, also in Germany. Now I've got the CBR 1000, I've got the R1M1. Now I do, the guy's actually riding at TT next year, and he's going to give me his bike frame, and I'm going to build one on his bike frame. So we've got some interesting things going on, but it's like I'm having such a problem with steel supplies. Everything is so slow right now, very, very slow. Parts take twice as long to get here. Shipping is a nightmare. It's yeah, pretty scary, pretty scary. But like I said, I've been home for 6 months. But anyhow, guys, I think I've waffled on enough. Main thing is, you've seen what you get when you get the M10 Simagic system. But like I said, be careful about what plug. Make sure you get an adapter for your country. because it obviously comes with one that looks like it's for China. And just as a review, that is the plug that comes with the cable. But on the other side, it is one of those. So if you've got a spare computer cable, which I actually have, I just thought about it, actually have, but the one thing is this does have a switch on it, which may be of importance for some reason. Okay, I think it might be very important that there is a switch on that cable. I'll look into it and let you know on my next video about this, which should be pretty quick. I am going to try and do some tests. I'm going to speak to Thomas, the guy that it's for, tonight, and we'll have a good discussion then. And yeah, right, so thank you very much for watching. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I'm calling the night as well, Speedy, and it's going to be a while before this actually gets done. I've got to finish this system first, so that it gets over to Germany. Then I've got to build another top end, which I can test here. It's not going to be a problem. Yeah, so it's going to be a while before this gets done, and I'm going to be doing a lot of testing before I make the final frame. So I will have to make some jigs and test it. Plus I have to test, I've got to make a jig somehow to test how the action is. So thank you everyone, and for those that haven't joined me and watched this afterwards, thank you very much. And people, please keep yourself safe. Remember, wearing a mask is not about you catching something, it's about you not giving it to someone, okay? If you put your hand, when you sneeze, you put your hand up. It's for a reason. Mask basically just does that. So stop all this craziness, okay? Mask is not going to stop you from getting it, but it's going to stop you possibly passing it on. So just stay safe, people, keep yourselves healthy, and just look after yourselves. Through all the troubled times, I wish everyone the best of health and the best of happiness. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. How do I stop the video? Okay, it's hidden. Here we go, end stream. Right, bye-bye.